everyone, I'm Pratima and I have been daily driving the Moto Edge 60 Pro for around a month now. I genuinely think if there's one brand that's improved a lot in the last 2 years, it's Motorola, and the numbers prove that too. This phone, the Moto Edge 60 Pro, costs exactly 30,000 rupees, and for its price, it looks like quite a balanced phone. But in my 1 month of use, I have also found a few things that might be a deal breaker for some, so stick till the end while I share all of my experience with the Moto Edge 60 Pro in this video. Okay, so one of the things that I've noticed about Motorola devices is that all of their designs basically look and feel the same. You get a vegan leather back, mostly curved designs, and a square camera module. I am not complaining though, this is not exactly a bad implementation, although I have to point out this back material does get quite dirty after some time. I don't know if you can see, but the Motorola logo in the middle and the edges of this phone have started picking up dirt on my unit. So if you are thinking of getting this phone or have already bought it, a cover is a must. Good thing is that you get both IP68 and IP69 rating here, so I decided to wash it Gopi Bahu style, and you can see it's squeaky clean now. Don't try this at home. And don't forget to put in a tempered glass as well, because I have been using the Edge 60 Pro with no protection on the front, and you can see there are tons of micro scratches on it. Turns out the Gorilla Glass 7i isn't much scratch proof. Anyway, this is a comfortable phone to hold thanks to its curved sides, and the back material helps with the grip a lot. So scrolling through social media for hours and hours has actually been a cozy experience on this phone. It's also commendable how Motorola has fitted in a 6000 mAh battery in such a slim profile. Hence, the battery life on the Edge 60 Pro has been quite solid. I would easily get one whole day of use and 10 to 15% juice left at the end of the day, even on heavy usage. And unlike most brands, you do get a charger inside the box here that takes this phone from 0 to 50% in 25 minutes and 100% in 1 hour and 6 minutes exactly. Anyway, I'm also happy to report that Motorola has finally worked on the haptics with this phone. This time you get a really precise vibration feedback. It's not the strongest while ringing, but it feels quite pleasing while typing and going through the UI elements. Also, this display is amazing. Not only it has good colors and contrast, but since it has a 300Hz touch sampling rate, the touch response here is instantaneous. It's a bright screen too that can go up to 1400 nits in the auto brightness mode, so using this phone on a bright sunny day has not been an issue at all. And since Motorola has packed in a nice set of stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos along with almost a bezel-less screen, the multimedia experience on this phone has been great too. You can even notice a hint of bass here along with balanced mids and highs. So if you're someone who listens to a lot of music, you will like what this phone offers. That being said, I have faced two issues with this screen. Number one, this phone does not have HDR playback on Netflix, so HDR content looks a bit dull here on OTT platforms. And number two, this screen isn't subtly curved. It's fully curved, so accidental touches have been a thing here, especially while watching content in landscape mode and also while playing games. Now, talking of gaming, we know that Motorola phones aren't typically performance-centric devices, but I am happy to report that this one can do a little bit of gaming too, although with a little bit of accidental touches that I mentioned earlier. The Moto Edge 60 Pro comes with the Dimensity 8350 chipset, which isn't as fast as something like the Snapdragon 7S Gen 4 on the iQOO Neo 10 or the upcoming Poco F7. But it can handle games like PUBG smoothly at 60 FPS, and you can play Mobile Legends in 90 FPS here, and even games like Genshin Impact can reach around 60 FPS without breaking much sweat. And during all of my gaming tests, I haven't noticed this phone heating up badly either. The maximum temperature I recorded was around 40 to 41 degrees, which in this summer heat is considerably okay. This phone feels really fast while using normally too, like while going through the UI and all, and switching between apps feel fast as well. But one thing that I've noticed here, which hasn't been fixed with any update I got so far, is this little lag that happens while you switch to any kind of picture-in-picture mode. Like if you minimize Netflix, you will notice this little lag every time, and when you open other apps at the same time, the whole UI gets a bit stuttery. Also, the camera shutter on this phone, it is really slow. And this is the one thing that I've faced with almost all Motorola phones. Their hardware is generally good, but their software feels a little unoptimized. Also, we all know that Motorola is notorious for pushing late updates. Like my unit has been running on April's security patch and it has been almost 2 months since this phone has launched. I did receive 2 minor updates here that fixed a couple of issues though. For example, HDR video playback was a bit stuttery on YouTube before, which has been solved now, and tiny little lags while multitasking have also been fixed, so that is good. Oh, by the way, Motorola has promised 3 years of OS and 4 years of security updates on the Moto Edge 60 Pro. Also, like with most other brands in 2025, there are a ton of AI features on this phone too. In fact, you get a dedicated button on the left to open up Moto AI, where you can access features like Update Me, which basically summarizes your notifications, and there is a text-to-image generation feature as well. My favorite feature on Motorola phones has to be the Smart Connect feature that lets you connect your phone to your laptop or to your PC and use almost all functions of your phone on the connected device. Okay, finally, let's talk about its cameras, and there are a couple of good things and a couple of things that have to be improved on this phone. Here we get a 50 megapixel primary, a 10 megapixel 3x telephoto lens, and a 50 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. I have clicked over 200 photos with this phone, and I found that the primary lens usually brings out good images with nice vibrant colors and good details. Sometimes the camera seems to crush the shadows a little bit, but in good lighting conditions, you can actually get some nice social media ready images from this phone. The new 50 megapixel ultra wide lens also brings out bright images with good enough details, but you will notice a definite color shift between the main and the ultra wide lenses. The only little issue I have with the Edge 60 Pro's cameras is the telephoto lens. I remember last year the Edge 50 Pro's portraits surpassed all the other phones in the similar price range, but this time the portraits appear a little darker and the subject focus seems a little bit off too. You do get some nice vibrant portraits sometimes, but most times there's just not enough brightness on the subject's face, especially if you compare its portraits against something like the Nothing Phone 3a Pro. Even selfies have the same issue. They are a bit darker and contrasty than normal, and there's no autofocus this time, which is a downgrade from last year. During nighttime, the Edge 60 Pro does a good job of maintaining exposure and details, but it takes a little time to process the images, especially in the ultra-wide mode. I am happy about its videography side though. You can shoot at 4K 30 FPS from all the 3 lenses, and the stabilization, the colors and overall quality is quite nice. Motorola also allows you to switch between the lenses while recording. Even the selfie videos are stable with a wider field of view, so as I said, not many complaints on the videography side. Alright, so having used the Motorola Edge 60 Pro for more than a month, do I recommend this phone for 30,000 rupees? I would say yes. First of all, you get 256 GB storage here, unlike the Nothing Phone 3a Pro and the iQOO Neo 10, which has 128 GB storage only. And also, apart from the optimization issues, there aren't many red flags about this phone if you really think about it. It has a nice handy design, a good display, decent cameras, and satisfactory performance. And most of all, you get a clean UI here where you don't have to worry about bloatware or ads. It's actually a really balanced phone, and I have quite enjoyed using it during all this time. Alright everybody, that was all for our full long-term review of the Moto Edge 60 Pro. What do you think about the device? Would you get this one over the iQOO Neo 10, the upcoming Poco F7 and the Nothing Phone 3a Pro? Do let us know in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Saying this, I'm Pratima and thank you so much for watching.